Hi, I'm Claire from Wild Ginger Running, the trail and ultra running YouTube channel. Last September, I was at the finale of the Golden Trails World Series at the Skyline Scotland. I asked some of the top international athletes like Victoria Wilkinson and Max King their perfect post-race routine and their top tips for a fast recovery. How do you recover after racing and intense training? I'm so bad for not stretching long enough, are you? I hope you're not like me. Comment below to join the discussion. Remember to like the film and take a look at my Patreon page for monthly competitions and perks from Wild Ginger Running, and recover like a pro with the advice from these talented trail runners. This film is powered by Ellis Brigham. Their new trail running range is now available in 24 stores nationwide, or shop online at ellis-brigham.com.
You know, after you're done, if you can get something in your body that has some carbs and some proteins within about 30 minutes or so, is really key to kind of helping with that glycogen recovery for the next day. Getting a full meal in you within about an hour to 2 hours after that, or after you finish, is important as well. Just starts to kickstart that recovery program. If you want to be able to walk around the next day, a nice thing to do is to roll out afterwards too, just lightly, just a little bit, and then do some yoga. That kind of stretches and strengthens everything back out, gets those muscles reactivated that you shut off during the race, can really help you feel better the next day.
I'll tell you what I usually do, and I'll tell you what's going to happen. So, normally, I think just eat as soon as possible afterwards as well, and just rest, but be active. So I like today, like even yesterday evening, because I finished at like 3 o'clock, I think yesterday, loads of water, because it was quite hot. You might not feel dehydrated, but you usually are. Eat and drink, to the point where you think you've eaten too much food, but just keep it, little and often, I think, rather than just suddenly going for a massive meal. And just walking around. So like today, you were asking me what I was doing, and I've just been walking around the village. But I think, there's a river down there, I dip my feet in, some cold water, and I think just not lying down and doing nothing, I don't think that's good. But yeah, just keeping active, which it is what I've been doing, and just take the next week relatively easy. Is what I would advise.
For myself, it's very important that I can also relax and have a normal life, like also have a beer or two after the race, and so yes, it's actually part of my recovery, but on the long term, I think I need it so that I can continue enjoying the sport for several more years ahead. If I would be already focused, okay, I finished across the finish line and in my recovery shake, and I need to do that, and here I have to go early to bed, I'd feel like I'd miss out on something. So yeah, I like having cycles in my life. So there are some cycles where I prepare for a race, but then definitely also cycles where I relax.
I'm quite bad in having routines all over, because my life is always changing a little bit. But I think, it's really important to eat as fast as you can, drink something as well. Actually, after such a race, it's more about what I really feel for. So if I'm not hungry for a rice, I will take something else, but just eat something to get back my energy. And then, of course, I will take some days easy training, or even off from training, to recover well, enjoy like the time with my family more than normally maybe, and then start to do like shorter runs in the beginning, and not to rush with coming back to training.
It's really important to rest and not fixate about going back out for a run too quickly. I think nowadays on social media and Strava, and I can see people like go out and run too quickly, too hard, too soon. So I like to take a few days off, maybe a week off, depending on how long the race is. And a lot of sleep, a lot of good food. Lots of fruits and veg.
As much sleep as possible, which is often hard because you've taken caffeinated gels and stuff. So I really struggle with that part. But and then lots of nutritious food, and definitely as much walking. Well, not too much, but maybe an hour, and just like strolling through nature and listening to the birds. And another thing that's really, really important is meditation and breathing. So like getting your body back into its parasympathetic nervous state, where it can actually digest the nutrition, like the food and stuff that you've eaten, and can actually function, because your body is so in fight or flight mode that it can't function properly. So it's really essential to get back to that calm state before you can do anything else. Yeah, so I usually do a lot of breath work and meditation before anything else.
Depending on how long the race is, I'll probably let myself have, like, I probably won't run again until Thursday or Friday. Like, I'll have 3 or 4 days off at least after this, because I think this is going to be really hard on the legs. If possible, try not to have a manically hard week at work after a really big race, but that doesn't really happen. I did the Paddy Buckley round this summer, and then it just happened to coincide with absolutely manic time with work afterwards. And ideally, I would have done it. That was when the time was available, and that was really hard. So, if you can allow yourself to have a couple of lie-ins or an early finish the week after you've done something, but life gets in the way. So.
I do have like a particular recovery shake that I use, and I always I think the most important thing is to have enough rest before you go back to the next big thing. I think for me anyway, getting back on it too quickly is obviously, where it all starts to go a bit pear-shaped, and kind of also knowing that I'm going to feel pretty low afterwards. Sometimes when you've done a really big event, you've trained for it, you've built it up, it's got all this hype, and then you do it, and then you're exhausted, and the next day you're like, oh, I feel so sad about nothing. And actually I sometimes think you have that sort of bit of the blues afterwards, and knowing that that's coming, and giving yourself the time to almost come to a point where you're ready emotionally to run again, and like you're actually going to enjoy it rather than like get back out on the trails again. So yeah, just take your time.
Yeah, physio massage. Some people get straight away post-event massage. Others like to wait till the day after or 2 days after that. DOMS is very hard to avoid. I think people think, oh, well, if I do that, it won't be there at all. But yeah, I think sometimes you can have all the recovery drinks, you can do your little warm down jog, but if you've raced hard down your last descent, then yeah, you're going to get sore legs. So, but you can help your recovery, so that then by the week after you can start that and then back training again.
Often it's just sort of chilling out with the family and, maybe going for a walk somewhere, or even having an easy run and going for a bit of a wild swim. Just nothing too strenuous. Today it'll be driving home for 4 hours, so...
Will you stretch before you get in the car?
No, I won't stretch when I get out either.
Do you not stretch?
No, not at all.
Do you think that's a good thing?
No, not really. I just one of them things I find really tedious, as a lot of people do, but I maybe should do more of it, but there you are.
Doesn't always happen, but Mountain Fuel are helping me out, so I had a Mountain Fuel recovery chocolate drink after the race yesterday, so that was good, and flapjack, homemade flapjack, which did get distributed out a little bit yesterday.
Did you save any for me?
No, sorry.